Good afternoon and welcome to Conwell-Egan Catholic for today's.
I think all your stuff is messing with it.
Good afternoon and welcome to Conwell-Egan Catholic for today's PIAA 4A softball playoff game between Conwell-Egan and North Schuylkill. Today's game will be officiated by Tom Davidson at third, Eric Fisher behind the plate, John Riley at second, and Mike Meehan at first. Please rise for the national anthem.
When it's over, just give a good luck to both teams, play ball, something like that.
Sure, you want me to toss this thing again? We will say best of luck to the team. That's fine. You sure?
Stay on.
All right, you guys ready? We're live here on your Eagle Eye Network here at Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. Conwell-Egan High School as North Schuylkill gets ready to take on your Conwell-Egan Eagles. I'm Dan Conlon. I'll have part of the game for you here this afternoon here with Matt Sheridan, Kean Mullen, and Patrick Haney. Guys, we were out at Arcadia the other day where Conwell-Egan unfortunately did fall in the championship there to Cardinal O'Hara. Matt, you were there with us. What did you take away from that game that would make them successful here this afternoon against North Schuylkill?
I think they got to show up a little more prepared. They looked a little slow coming out of the gate, so definitely a fast start would be really good in this game for Egan. And they just got to stay consistent, and they just got to play it like it's any other game. They can't get too full of themselves with it. They just got to stay consistent.
All right, Patrick, and we didn't win the overall PCL Catholic League. How important is it here for the girls to continue their success that they've had over the past 3 years here at Conwell-Egan?
We didn't win the PCL, that is right, but I feel like if we get this opportunity and go far in states and eventually advance to maybe the state championships, it's gonna give a good look at our school and a good look to a lot of players that are looking to play in college.
Sounds great. We're just about ready to get this game underway. All right, and stepping in here is Selgrade for North Schuylkill. The first pitch to her is outside and low. It is 1 ball and no strikes. So we Selgrade, Holmes, and Flynn, Browse, Fry, Capone, Crocker, Jones, Mescaris, and then eventually rounding out is Monahan. The pitch is there, home, also outside and low. It is 2 balls and no strikes here for Schuylkill at this point. The pitch also outside. So it's another ball there on the mound here this afternoon for Conwell-Egan is Berard. She was on the mound the other day. Here's the pitch home, square and pulling back, grabs the outside corner there. It's 3-1. Avery Kenworthy will lead it off for the Conwell-Egan Eagles in their home half of the first. So it's a 3-1 count right now. Here's the windup in the 3-1 home. Is a strike on the outside corner there. That moves the count to full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the windup in a 3-2. It skips down the right field side and out of play. Here's the windup and the 3-2 pitch. Skip to the right side. The second baseman over left fires it over to first in time. Out number 1. How important is it for that 1 out, Kane, if they're coming back when you were down technically 3-0 here at the plate?
It's very important to get that out, start this game off strong. You can't go out in the first inning with a run scored on you already. So I think it's good that Egan got that first out, building up their confidence after the loss against O'Hara. So I think that really helps them in this game to get this started.
You definitely had to build that momentum early here. This one lifted to the left side and foul and out of play. So the count there is 0-1. It is Holmes stepping to the plate right now. She bats from the left side. So Holmes batting from the right side here. Flynn is on deck. Here's the 0-1 pitch to her. It's a ball upstairs. It's 1-0. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Conwell-Egan looking to bounce back after that tough loss last week. The 1-1 home is lifted behind the plate and out of play right off the top of the broadcast booth. So the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Many of these seniors here this afternoon will be leaving to go to their baccalaureate mass. Have pushed back for this game. This one lifted high to the left side. The shortstop's under it. Makes the grab for the second out of the inning. 2 gone.
That's a good start defensively for Conwell-Egan to get two solid outs here in the first to try and just shut down this offense, set the tone for the game.
They'll bring along Flynn now. Flynn stepping to the plate. Here's the first pitch to her. It's a ball that misses high and out. It's 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes to Flynn. The delivery. This one lifted in the infield. First base is under. She makes the call and the grab out. Number 3. So 1-2-3 goes North Schuylkill in their half of the first. We go to bottom of 1. Egan coming to bat.
Very important for Conway can get those first 3 outs. It's really a momentum changer. They didn't, and they made sure that they weren't able to get any hits.
All right, we're back here, bottom of the first inning here at Conwell-Egan High School. 1-2-3 went the Spartans in their home half of the first. It'll be Avery, Kenworthy, Pandolfi, Macbeth, followed by McKnight. Then Molewski and Bellardo, followed by Naffy, Berard, and Lascala. And then Peyton Kenworthy with the substitution in right field. So the first pitch home was fouled away, so the count will move to no balls and 1 strike. And the problem for Conwell-Egan in their PCL championship game were the bats. They worked on that. They're ready to go as they poked this one foul down the left field side and out of play. And they think that they're going to make everything connect here today. A win here would advance them to the next round. That would be at a neutral site. Most likely, probably around Millersville University. So nothing local at this point. The 2-strike pitch is outside corner. The ball gets away from the catch. It's a late call there by the umpire, and she will be safe down there at first. So a strikeout, but she'll be safe at first on the drop ball. So we go now to Pandolfi. Pandolfi, a junior here at Conwell-Egan High School. Here's the windup at the first pitch to Ann. She squares, pulls away. There goes the runner down to second to throw down, skips in, but she's safe. So a stolen base there and a runner in scoring position for Conwell-Egan with a 1-0 count at the plate.
It's really important for them to get a runner in scoring position that quickly because the heart of the lineup's coming up. So they're really trying to get in front early.
1-0 pitch home. It's 2 balls and no strikes now. Conwell-Egan getting their ladies in motion. It really put that pressure on North Schuylkill here this afternoon, something that they've been good at all year. This one poked it foul down the first base side, 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike. It is Avery Kenworthy out there at second. Here's the pitch home. Poked foul again down the first base side and out of play. 2-2. So, Patrick, this softball team has been in this position these past 3 years. Is this something that you kind of get used to and start to play a different game, or do you think that they're out there now playing the normal game that they would play throughout the season? As we have another poked foul here.
Well, I mean, you really don't want to change anything too drastic when you're playing in the state, because if you don't know what's going to happen if you change what you're doing all season, and what they've been doing all season has worked as they've made it to state playoffs. So I think really what you should be doing is staying and keeping what you're doing.
All right, the momentum killer there is that one snatched out of the air, grabbed, and then picked off at second. So a 2-out double play there.
It really hurts for Conwell-Egan. Kenworthy got a little too far ahead of herself there, trying to jump to third. It was a risky decision, but ended up biting her.
Hello, bring along Macbeth now. Macbeth fouls the first one back to the screen. It is 0-1. That pitch is in there for a called strike. It is 0-2. Macbeth named the PCL All-Catholic for the first team this school year, so huge congratulations to her. And here's the 2-strike pitch home. That one, high and out, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Bottom of the first inning, still a scoreless ball game. 1-2 home. Poked foul down the left field side and out of play. Count remains at 1-2. All right, Kane, you're in these high-profile games. How do nerves affect players at this point?
Definitely nervous because after coming off that loss in the PCL final, they want to get their get back in states. So, they have to do exactly what it takes to beat the Spartans and move farther on to states, because it'd be really hurtful for these seniors and all the other players having to go out on a season like this after their past great seasons.
Short ground ball to second base, fires over the first in time, out number 3. So both teams go down in order in their half of the first. We're headed to the top of the second. Still scoreless here in Fairless Hills. Back here, top of the second inning, it is Browse leading it off here for Schuylkill. They went down in order their half of the first. The first pitch to her is down and in. It is 1 ball and no strikes. There'll be Browse, Fry, and Cabone due up here for Schuylkill. There's the 1-0 offering, high and out, 2 balls and no strikes. And we see Conwell-Egan right now, Matt, a little bit of trouble finding that strike zone. A lot of counts that the Schuylkill players have been ahead on. How do you kind of lock in if you're the pitcher right now to keep these counts at least a little bit closer or to put yourself ahead in that count?
I think she's just got to settle down and make her pitches. I mean, she's a really good pitcher. She's been in this opportunity before, so I think it's just a matter of time before she really locks in and starts to put these hitters down.
And we talked the other day about one bad inning. It was really one bad inning that allowed things to kind of get out of hand. As we see that pitch is in there for a called strike, it's 2-2. So as long as you keep things relatively close, the girls will be great this afternoon. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Here's the 22 to leadoff hitter. Swing and a miss, shocker out. 1 gone. With 1 out.
Just like you said, she was down the count. She locked in, made her pitches, got the strikeout.
With 1 out, that'll bring along number 99, Fry. Wide out the first pitch to her, fouled off down the third base side. So the count there is 0-1. Fry this year has a batting average of a .524 and an on-base percentage of a .600. So a lot of power here in the middle of the lineup for Schuylkill. Here's the 0-1 home. It is a ball missing down and in. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. And when you get to this level, when you get to see these teams, there will be a lot of them that have high power in their lineup, higher batting averages, some great pitching along the way. And Conwell-Egan isn't shy of that either, as this one skipped down the third base side and again foul 1-2. We see this Conwell-Egan team, none of them batting below a 280, and that's not something that you can say for many of the teams. So 280, the lowest batting average throughout the season for Egan, and allowing them really to stay in most of their games this season has been their bat. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the second inning now. Here's the 1-2 kick home. Lifted to the left side through the hole and in the left field for a base hit. So that's the first hit this afternoon, and Kane, why it didn't go for Conwell-Egan. How important is it for Schuylkill to stay on top of them at this point with Conwell-Egan that's easily able to shut teams down with their pitching?
You know, the Spartans, it's very crucial for them to get that first run on Egan's defense because Egan is known to have one of the best defenses in the PCL. So them being able to get on first base, hoping to get another, it's very important for them. As they then again get another hit, it's going far out, and it's over.
So home run there, not the start that you're looking for if you're Conwell-Egan. So it will be 2-0 now here in the second inning.
That was definitely got to sting for Conwell-Egan. They had Kenworthy at second. She got picked off on a risky decision, so they just got to – it's still only the second inning. They just got to bear down. They got to get some runs on the board. They just got to – this is just one of those games you got to work for. It's going to be a dirty game.
And a little bit deja vu right now. Right now, if you're Conwell-Egan, you're down, but we talked about it last week at Arcadia that Conwell-Egan has won their past championships by being down. How do you take that, Matt, from, winning your championships after being down here to win this state playoff games that you can go to the next round?
It just shows that this team really doesn't have any quit. I mean, that O'Hara game was really an exception, but for their, like you said, the last 2 PCL championships they won, they just never quit. They just don't go away.
Here's the wind of the pitch home. Another one hit deep to left field. It's back. It's going. And another one that is gone. That one just staying fair. So back-to-back home runs at this point. And Patrick, with those back-to-back home runs, what is your game plan moving forward if you're the Eagles?
I mean, I know it's only the second inning, but back-to-back home runs, maybe something must be off in the arm or something. Maybe it's nerves, but either she really has to, Lauren really has to start locking in on the pitch, or maybe sub in a substitute pitcher. But they really need to focus up and not let any more runs be scored in this inning.
I agree with you there, and we're down to the bottom half of the order now, and it is going to be Jones. So we see no visit at the mound right now, and if you're a Conwell-Egan fans, you may think that that's a little bit concerning, but you don't see many visits from Coach Hart. She pretty much lets her girls do what they need to do, and they are able to succeed in that type of environment. So back-to-back home runs, and we have a warning now to the Schuylkill bench. Three nothing right now. Here's the pitch home. Here's the ball inside. It's 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Relatively quiet here now. It was a loud start to the game from Conwell-Egan. This one skipped to the left side. It hooks foul. So count moves to 1 ball, 1 strike. A risky play there. You really have to make sure that one goes foul before touching it, as that would allow another base runner on in a tough spot, as we have Mascaras on deck. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A little over that one. So the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Next pitch is a big pitch for Barrar. This is a good spot to get 2 outs. Put this batter away.
Cranks and fires the 1-2 just off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to get her to chase there. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 3-0. Thanks to the back-to-back home runs here. The pitch skipped towards the middle. Shortstop's over, can't get there. It's another single here for Schuylkill. So base runner there with 1 out, and that will bring along Mescaret. There's the pitch. High and out, 1-0. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Here's the 1-0 home. Strike on the outside corner there. It's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the 11. It skipped down the third base side. It is a foul ball. Third base coach thought that one was fair, but that one just hooking to the left of the bag there, so the count moves to 1-2. Here's the 1-2 home. Ball just missing off the black there. It's 2-2.
Barrar's got to make a pitch here. Put this batter away. They can't let this inning get too far out of hand.
Cranks and fires a 2-2 home. Skip to the left side. Third base dies. It's off the tip of her glove going into left center field. Pandolfi has to get off the bag and grab it there. And it's first and second now. We'll see how they score that one. It was a hard hit ball towards the hole, but she did get a glove on it. They should give her a single as we get down to the bottom of the order now, number 9, and that is Monahan. So, Patrick, we talk about being a team leader, and if you're the pitcher out there, you're really that team leader. When things for the team leader doesn't go their way, how do they kind of like shake that off their back so that they can continue to lead the team throughout the game? As this one's hit hard to the right side, bouncing in front of the fence. Here's the throw in. The throw to the plate is In time. Two gone. Perfect play there. So talk about that play now. And we see, that throw come in. We'll get back to the other question in a second. We see that throw come in to get the girl out at home. How important is that for Egan to get the
I mean, with a play like that, that's really a momentum shifter. That could be the step Conwell needs to take. Coming from hitting off the backstop of the field, throwing it home, getting the girl out, that really saved Conwell-Egan from another corner of the board. It really definitely gave him a momentum shift and gave them more energy.
Let us ground it softly to the right side. So we'll tag her and get the final out here. So let's go back to that question as we go in between innings right now. That team captain, Patrick, how important is it, or how do they let things go, let that weight off their shoulders when the game's not going their way so that they can continue to be that influential player down there on the field?
I mean, as I am the captain of my club soccer team, and from my experience, you really, I really don't think it ever goes away until it gets fixed. So what I do, I tell my teammates what they need to do to win and what they need to do better. And if you're the pitcher or another player in the field that's trying to take the captain role, they've really got to tell each player what to do and necessarily do it in a better way, not sugarcoating it, but they also can't be too harsh. But they've got to be able to tell them what to do and what they need to do, and that they need to do it.
All right, with that, we'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network. It is 3-0 with Schuylkill on top. Back here, it is the bottom of the second inning. Conwell-Egan needing some runs. McKnight is going to lead it off here this afternoon.
McKnight is a powerful player, so hopefully she can do something on these sets of pitches.
First pitch there's a ball. It's 1-0. That pitch is high and inside there, so the count there moves to 2 balls and no strikes. And it was this middle of the lineup that struggled at Arcadia University. And if Conwell-Egan's going to have any success here this afternoon, they need to have it from this middle of the lineup. A 2-1 count now at the plate. Squaring, pull away to 2-1, lifted to the right side. The right fielder's in, under, makes the grab, 1 gone. And I bring along Lily Maluski now. Here's the windup and the pitch to the senior. It's fouled back and out of play. It is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Maluski getting 2 home runs in the semifinal game for Conwell-Egan, her first 2 home runs of the year. The pitch home. Swung on and missed. Little heat on that one. It's 0-2. Two-strike pitch. High fly ball towards right center field. The right fielder's over, under it, makes the grab for the second out. So 2 quick outs here, and that will bring along now Bellardo.
Those are 2 really important outs for Schuylkill, really trying to shut down this offense. They're doing that so far.
First pitch to Bellardo at the plate. She swings and misses on a ball that kind of tied her hands up there a little bit. It's 0-1. Here's the 1-strike offering. Check, swing, foul down the first base side. It's 0-2. Two-strike delivery. Another poked foul. Getting out of play. The pitch. Hard hit ball. She's right there, back to back to back fouls now. Conwell gets benched, become a little bit more active here. Another 0-2 home. And it's a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner, out, number 3. We are headed to the top of the third inning here in Fairless Hills. Conwell-Egan trailing by 3. Back here, top of the third inning at Conwell-Egan High School. It's Dan Connor with Matt Sheridan, Kean Mullen, and Patrick Haney. Patrick and Kean back in the broadcast booth after taking some time off for lacrosse. And it is Conwell-Egan down by 3. Here's the windup in the pitch home. It skipped foul down the third base side and into the dugout there. Count is 0-1. It is Flynn at the plate right now. Here's the windup of the pitch to Flynn. It's hit hard to the shortstop. She has it. Fires over to first in time. Out, number 1. Kane, how important is it for Conwell-Egan to have a quick inning here?
No, being down 3-0, they really want to get themselves back on bat so they can get those points back and trying to get themselves back in the lead. So if they can get 3 easy outs real quick, then that would be very, very helpful for their game.
It will be extremely helpful there as we see Browns coming to the plate now. She got on base to lead to get things ready for that rally last inning. Conwell-Egan trying to keep her off the base pass here. The pitch to her is low. It's 1-0. She got herself a single, and then we saw Fry come up and get the 2-run home run. Here's the pitch. It skipped down the third base side and foul, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the 1-1 home. It is tapped softly to the left side. She has it, no throw, so she'll just eat that one to another single here. And that is going to bring along now Fry. We saw in the baseball playoff game, Matt, where they decided to start intentionally walking certain batters. How important is it if you're Conwell-Egan to stay on your game and pitch to these hitters without trying to pitch around them and worrying about what they may do to get onto the base path?
I think it's definitely very important because intentionally walking someone to not give up a home run. That might be a good idea, but you never know how the hitter after them is gonna that they could have the at bat of their life and hit a home run, and that's just 3 runs you gave them. So it's a really tricky situation sometimes.
I agree. It's definitely tricky here. And here's the home run hitter, Fry. The pitch to her is outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. We'll see a courtesy runner out there at first for the catcher. Squaring and pulling away as that one's inside 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Slow kick. Poke to the left side, and that'll fall in fair for a base hit. So back-to-back singles here, and that is going to bring along now Capone.
That wasn't necessarily a bad pitch by Berard. It was kind of rode in on the hitter's hand. She just did a good work getting bat on ball and putting it into left field for a base hit.
Yeah, it's definitely one of them that you get lucky on sometimes, that you could kind of just poke the ball in a certain spot and really provide your team with the best opportunities to win. Here's Capone now. The first pitch to her after her home run is on the outside corner, let her high for a called strike, 0-1. One strike pitch. High fly ball to left field. This one's going to stay in the park this time. And miscommunication out there falls in between the left fielder and the center fielder. So bases are loaded. That error will go to the left fielder. It looked like that she lost it in the sun and possibly heard that the center fielder, I got it. But that one's going to fall in between and allow the bases to be loaded here.
That's definitely a very costly miscommunication for Egan. They had an opportunity to get a nice fly ball out, make it 2 outs, and now they got to deal with bases loaded.
Bases loaded, 1 out on the error now. Here's the pitch home. In the dirt there, 1 ball and no strikes. Key, and especially in a sport like soccer, but even in here like softball or baseball, how do miscommunication plays affect the game moving forward?
Miscommunication plays are honestly one of the biggest mistakes you can have. I know from my season, a few miscommunications plays can, wow. A
Well,
few
it's right
miscommunications.
grand slam there, and that is going to allow it now to be 7-0. So got to go back to the miscommunication.
And about the miscommunication, I remember a few plays from my soccer season where a few miscommunication plays could lead to a goal. And, it's very important for them just to stay locked in here, even being down 7. Egan's a team that can definitely turn this game around with confidence. So I think they just need to keep their heads in the game and keep playing smart because right now it's honestly not looking too good.
This is one of those games where one of your top players might not just have it. Berard's been excellent during the regular season, just didn't have it today. I've been in 1,000 situations like that in hockey where some days you go out, your offense does what they can, your goalie just might not have it. You just got to pick them up. The rest of the team's just got to pick that player up, help them feel better, and make up for their mistakes.
Well, we know what Conwell-Egan can score, and if they're looking to at least get back into this one, that is something they're going to have to do. Pitching change here. Lily Maluski will go out on the mound, and with that, we'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network.
I
Well, welcome back to Conwell-Egan Eagle Eye Networks, where your Conwell-Egan Eagles are taking on the Spartans. And LeBron James was the first player to come back from a 3-1 finals comeback. So I really think Conwell-Egan can do it too.
Pat, I think in every game that you have broadcasted this season, you have found a way to throw LeBron James into the broadcast, or when you're talking with Logan, somehow to throw the pregame meal in there as well, which I'm sure for all of you at home will happen at some point in this broadcast. It is a 2-0 count now. It's William Maluski on the mound after the grand slam. Here's the windup in a 2-0 home. They're softly hit to the right side. Second baseman has it, fires the first in time. 2 gone. Second out, and we are back to the bottom of the order. It's Mescaris. Here's the windup of the pitch to her. Is right down the heart of the plate there for a strike. It's 0-1. One strike offering. Swung on and missed there on the breaking ball. It's 0-2 now. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lusky is senior. Great basketball player and just as great out here on the diamond. 2-strike delivery. Fouled off of the top of the mask there. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Another 2-strike delivery. Hit softly to the left side. The left fielder's over. Makes the grab out. Number 3. Well, we are headed to the bottom of the third inning here at Conwell-Egan. They trail right now 7-0. Back here, it is the bottom of the third inning. Conwell-Egan trailing right now 7-0. The first pitch is high, 1-0. Batting for Conwell-Egan here is Jess Naffy. Pitch there, softly ground to the third base side. Third base has it, fires over to first in time. Out number 1. They'll bring along now Lauren Berard. That'll be Liscalo on deck. The windup in the pitch. Breaking ball that misses high. It's 1-0. The pitch. The bunt right back to the pitcher. And the second base is covering, fires the first, 2 gone. Two outs, 7-0. Conwell-Egan really needs to get things moving here. So 2 quick outs. Here's Liscala. Now the pitch to her is hit to the left side and foul. Conwell-Egan still looking for their first hit of this ball game. Here's the 1-0-1 rather. It is high and out. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 delivery. Swung on and missed there. It's 1-2. So, Patrick, we see a freshman here in varsity. You were a freshman on varsity lacrosse. Okay. What kind of impact do you guys need to make during tryouts in order to make a varsity team?
I mean, um, in tryouts, you really because there's 3 other grades older than you, bigger than you. You really can't be scared when you're playing. You can't. You have to play like you're the oldest one there, and that's what really gets you on the team starting varsity.
There you go. The 2-2 home is lifted to shortstop. She's under. It makes the grab out. Number 3. And if any European prospective Conwell-Egan students and looking to try out and make varsity, you got your voice from Patrick. We're headed to the top of the 4th. Matt will have the 4th and 5th for your play-by-play. Conwell-Egan's down 7-0.
Back at Conwell-Egan for the state playoffs. Louis Maluski stays on the mound for Conwell-Egan, and Selgrade will step into the box for the top of the order. First pitch for Maluski is outside for a ball. It is 1-0. Maluski stands on the plate, now fires home. It is hacked foul. 1-1 now. Maluski fires. Line drive right at McKnight. Great catch at first base for a quick out. Guys, how important is it to get a quick out, especially after the start that Conwell-Egan's had on defense?
No, it's very important to get a quick out, especially being down by 7. So it's very important for their defense to stay strong and get these quick outs so they can move on with this game and try and get these points back.
Holmes will now step in, number 2 batter. Takes a strike from Maluski, starts off 0-1.
I mean, Maluski's been pitching pretty well so far. As soon as she got on the mound, she hasn't let up a hit yet, and I feel like she has a lot of potential to save this game.
Definitely would be very important for her to save this game, put a stopgap in the offense for the Spartans. That last pitch was fouled back, and it is 0-2. Luski trying to get quick inning and another quick out. 0-2 pitch coming. Bounced in front of the plate, 1-2. Holmes steps back in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 4th. Maluski winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another quick out for Maluski and Conwell-Egan as there are now 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning.
Two quick outs. I think Beluski might have been the thing that Conwell-Egan needed to get this game moving. You know, she's having these quick outs and she's having no hits on her. So I really think she can turn this game around.
Definitely would be a big momentum swing as there is a strike to the pitcher, Flynn. 0-1 now. Maluski fires. That one is driven to center field. Kenworthy going back, and it is gone. Another home run for Schuylkill, and it is 7-0. 8-0, excuse me.
Yeah, I must have jinxed it when I said it was getting better for Conway, and as they just hit a home run.
Flint helping her team out on the pitcher's mound and in the batter's box. 3 great innings pitched, and now a home run to make it 8-0. Stepping in now is Browse, the pitch from Maluski. Hacked foul, out of play down the right side. Browse stands back in. Maluski the pitch. Strike 2. So Maluski with another quick 0-2 count, trying to finish this batter off. 0-2, 2 outs, top of the 4th. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Maluski gets a quick out after the home run, but the lead is now extended to 8-0 North Schuylkill. Back here at Conwell-Egan taking on North Schuylkill High School, down 8-0 going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Top of the order will be up for Conwell-Egan with Kenworthy, Pandolfi, and Macbeth. And guys, if Conwell-Egan really wants to try and get back into the game, this would really be the inning to do it.
Definitely a great inning to get back into this game. You know, you don't have many left. And with Kenworthy, Macbeth, and Pandolfi, you know, 3 solid hitters on this team, I think they will be able to pull it off, try and get some runs back in this game. And, you know, some home run hitters such as Beluski and McKnight also coming up too, hoping to get some more extra runs on this game, could also be a big help for Conwell-Egan.
Kenworthy gets the first hit off Flynn, and Pandolfi gets on as well. The first baseman was off the bag. So very quickly, Conwell-Egan gets 2 runners on to start the bottom of the 4th. Cecilia Macbeth will stand in. Looking to try and get these runners home, facing Flynn. She winds and fires. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Flynn walks back to the rubber, now winds and fires. Inside, called a strike. It is 0-2. Macbeth stands back in, trying to get some momentum in Conwell-Egan's favor. The pitch from Flynn. That one is outside, 1-2. Flynn on the rubber. Now swings and fires. Upstairs, Macbeth lays off. It is 2-2, working the count. Flynn sets and fires. Driven to center. It's going back to the track at the wall. It's gone. Cecilia Macbeth with a 3-run home run, and Conwell-Egan is not dead yet. Definitely a huge play to get Conwell-Egan some momentum as they are on the scoreboard, 8-3.
And what a perfect way for Conwell-Egan to climb themselves back into that one when everything seemed to be down and out for them. They had this comeback thing going for them, getting 3 runs there, getting the bench alive again, and really making this a more considerable ball game at this point. There's no run rule in state, so this one really could have gotten out of hand, and Conwell-Egan able to climb themselves that much closer.
Conwell-Egan still 4 innings to work with. And Amari McKnight, the big power hitter, stands in, takes a ball. It is 0-1 with still no outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch from Flynn is upstairs, 2-0. How much do you think that home run shaked Flynn? She was in a pretty good groove just up until then.
You know, definitely it's gonna mix up the Spartans' momentum. You see Egan's getting fired up. They're getting back into this game. So I think definitely it shakes them up a little bit, but hopefully Conwell-Egan can keep this momentum and keep moving this game forward for them.
2-1 to McKnight, who squares to bunt, now pulls back. Slaps it up the right side. That's a base hit. Great hitting from Conwell-Egan to start this 4th inning. And they have another base runner.
So Matt, you and I talked about the other day, the last time we played here at home, that once you jumped on the broadcast, Conwell-Egan started doing well, and that's something that we hope continues to happen here. They're able to really push themselves back into this game, and it's this pitcher up just a bit. And if you're Conwell-Egan, you're looking right now to get into that bullpen because you're feeling at the moment that you might have better success against her.
Beluski lines one right at third base. She is out, but McKnight will get back to first. Definitely an unfortunate out there for Conwell-Egan, a line drive that was Very squarely hit, but the out is recorded on that play. Grace Bellardo will square in now. She takes a strike, and it is 0-1. Egan will retain the runner at first base. McKnight was not called out. Still only one out here. 0-1 to Bellardo. Flynn deals. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
This pitch right here is very important after Maluski's unfortunate out. Hopefully, Bellardo can keep them in this game, get another run on plate, or even send both of them home.
Bellardo watches the ball outside. Is 1-2. Flynn swings the arm and fires. Bellardo drives one right side out of play and foul. Count remains 1-2 with one out. The pitch popped up to the second baseman, and she will make the catch. So 2 outs now for Conwell-Egan, still the runner at first base, and the third baseman, Jess Neffy, will come to the plate. Neffy stands in against Flynn, who winds and fires. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Neffy steps back in the box. Flynn deals outside, 1-1. The pitch hacked right side, and it is caught. What a catch by the first baseman reaching over the gate. A very unfortunate out for Conwell-Egan, but it is not a bad inning. They get 3 runs back. It is an 8-3 game going to the top of the 5th.
Yeah, Egan has to take that inning as a very, very mood shifter. They can't let the score of 8-3 be a fork in the road. They've really got to step over it, and they've got to keep scoring.
Top of the 5th inning here at Conwell-Egan. North Schuylkill leads them 8-3. Lily Maluski stays on the mound to face Fry. Maluski winds and fires. Hacked foul from Fry. Fry stands in the box. Maluski on the rubber. Swings and fires. Driven hard and deep, but foul. Quickly 0-2 now. Maluski the pitch. Hacked up the middle, and it will get down for a base hit and go to the fence. Peyton Kenworthy fields it on a hop, trying to throw into second, and the throw is off the bag. And it is a double for Fry.
See a lot of passion coming from the base runner after she makes it to second, hoping to bring this one home for the Spartans.
More runs definitely would not hurt for them, trying to put this game as far out of reach for Conwell-Egan. Next batter is Capone. She squares in. First ball is low for Maluski. It is 1-0. Capone stands in on the pitch. In the dirt, 2-0. Maluski stands on the rubber ball in the right hand, swings and fires. Low and inside, 3-0. Capone steps back in, squares the bunt, pulls it back, and it is a strike down the middle. Maluski finds the strike zone, makes it 3-1. Maluski swings the arm and fires. Inside, ball 4. Capone draws the walk, and it is now first and second for the Spartans with nobody out in the top of the 5th.
It is very crucial to not let these bases be filled up again as last time and ended in a grand slam. I really think Malusia needs to lock in and strike out the next 3 pitchers.
Crocker now stands in to face Maluski. She will take a ball low for ball 1. Pitch is hacked into right field. Kenworthy is there, makes the catch, fires in, and runner will not be picked off at first. The throw to third is not in time. Heavy collision at third base, and it looks like the runner is injured. Getting up slowly, though. Heavy collision there with Naffy. She will get up and stay in the game. 1 out, though, for Conwell-Egan. Runners on first and third for North Schuylkill.
Coach Hardass for the home plate umpire to appeal down to third there, arguing that Naffy had the bag blocked, something that you can do here in softball. And if you're Conwell-Egan right now, there's 1 out. You're set up for that double play here in the infield. And you really need to get these next 2 outs without another run scoring. You were able to gather 3, get that momentum back a little bit. And if you let any more score here in this inning, it's going to be even that much harder to come back and take away that momentum that you already built. So for Conwell-Egan right now, they're looking to get things moving again. They're not happy with the decision down there at third, but the home plate umpire is saying, let's play on.
Jones will stand in the box now for Schuylkill. First pitch is inside. Throw down to second is wild and in the outfield. 1 run will score. And a wild throw from Lascala behind the plate results in another run. It is now 9-3.
And that's one of them we were talking about. You don't want to make those mistakes. Pocket that ball or at least make that throw down there. You know, throwing it wide of Ange, expecting that she was going to be in a certain spot, doesn't allow things to work. You need to be in sync with one another. And if you're not, just pocket the ball. Let the runner up at second. Far less damage done there.
And Egan gets a quick double play to shut down the possible momentum from Schuylkill. Maluski got the ground ball, threw the batter out at first, and then came home where Lascala put the tag on. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 9-3 North Schuylkill. back at Conwell-Egan North Schuylkill, leading Conwell-Egan 9-3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hitters due up for Conwell-Egan will be Berard, Liscala, and then the top of the order with Kenworthy. Trying to add on from their bottom of the 4th inning where they put 3 runs on the board.
All these hitters are important to hit and score. They really need it as they only have 2 more innings left, and they need to capitalize on every single chance they have.
Definitely can't let any chance go to waste here. Berard hacks that pitch up the middle for a base hit, and yet again the leadoff runner getting on for Conwell-Egan, trying to start a rally and get some of these runs back. Liscala will now stand in the box from the left side. Flynn comes home. Liscala hacks it through the left side. That's a base hit. Berard will go to third, and she will be coming home as the ball gets the fence. Berard is in to score. Liscala is in the third with a triple for Conwell-Egan. Just like that, another run on the board for Conwell-Egan. It is 9-4. Trying to cut into this lead.
Conwell-Egan doing an outstanding putting the ball really in those holes in the infield. And that is what you're looking for. You're looking just to play that small ball game right now, build up the runs, build up the runners on base, and that's going to allow you to climb back into this game here.
Top of the order now, Avery Kenworthy trying to bring home Liscala at third base, make it a 9-5 game. Flynn stands in the pitch. Fouled back. 0-2.
I mean, I really think Liscala's hit was amazing. And after she made the mistake, and you could see that she was upset with about it, but she turned it right around and hit a triple to make the game a closer game.
Next pitch is upstairs, 1-2. Definitely something about baseball and softball. You gotta have a short memory. Can't dwell on mistakes. Liscala did that there. Not dwelling on her errant throw into the outfield and hitting a triple to give her team another run. Pitch from Flint is low. 2-2 now to Kenworthy. Kenworthy steps out, then steps back in. Flint on the rubber deals. Kenworthy taps up the middle of the shortstop. Fires the first, and it is not in time. Kenworthy hustling down the line, beats out the throw.
Nice infield single there for Conwell-Egan. Kenworthy able to get on the first, and that'll bring along Ains Pandolfi, and Pandolfi really looking to kind of keep things moving here for Egan. You're down right now 9-4, but your runner is just 90 feet away from home, and we're about ready to climb right back into this game.
Also, great awareness from Liscala at third base, not to take a risk and come home, understanding the situation that Conwell-Egan's in right now. Pandolfi takes the first pitch as a strike. Second pitch comes home. Kenworthy goes to second on a steal, no throw down. So Egan now has 2 runners in scoring position. Second and third, 0-2 with no outs. Flynn steps and comes home. And Dolphy right up the middle for a base hit. Liscala will score. Kenworthy will be held at third. It is now a 9-5 game. The ball gets past the catcher. Kenworthy coming home. She is safe. Conwell-Egan puts 2 runs on the board off an Ange Pandolfi single. And it is now 9-6. Conwell-Egan definitely not dead yet.
That is amazing. This team has some heart, and they fought back.
Absolutely unbelievable by Conwell-Egan here. This is exactly the Conwell-Egan that we remember during the PCL season. As they're bringing this team back together, getting these runs back, I honestly think this is super possible for them to come out with the win.
For as cold as they started the game, the Egan lineup has definitely found their stride here. Put 6 runs up in 2 innings to cut this lead down to only 3. Meeting at the mound here for North Schuylkill, trying to pick Flynn up, get her back on her game. ready to face the heart of the lineup. Macbeth will be the hitter now. She homered her last at bat. That got Egan's offense going. Still no outs in the bottom of the fifth. Pandolfi at second after driving in 2 runs. Flynn is ready and fires. Macbeth hacks it on the right side. The first baseman is over and drops the ball in foul territory. Macbeth extremely lucky to get away with that, and she will stay in the box with an 0-1 count. Flynn on the rubber, fires. Driven to left field. That's a base hit. Hard hit ball right at the left fielder will not allow Pandolfi to score, but she will get to third. First and third yet again with no outs, and Amaria McKnight coming to the plate.
This is Amalia is one of the players that can hit a home run, and if she does, it will tie the game up.
That would be enormous for Conwell-Egan. McKnight squares to bunt, pulls it back, watches a strike. Macbeth takes off for second and will get there with no throw. Another stolen base puts 2 more runners in scoring position for Conwell-Egan. 0-1 now to McKnight. Squares to bunt again, pulls it back. High pop up in foul territory. First baseman over, and she will make this catch. Right on the foul line, drifted over a little bit and made the catch. One out now. Still 2 runners in scoring position for Lily Maluski. First pitch from Flynn is upstairs for a ball. 1-0. Flynn steps back on the rubber. Swings and fires. Swing and a miss. Off speed. Got Maluski swinging. It is 1-0. 1-1, excuse me. Flynn steps in. Swings and fires. Upstairs. 2-1. He drives this one high to second base. Owen calling for it. The shortstop does not get it. It falls in the infield, and Pandolfi will score. It is now 9-7 off a miscue from North Schuylkill, and Conwell-Egan just clawing their way back into this game.
The Spars must have had something in their eye. I see that ball.
This is definitely proving to be an issue here this afternoon for both teams. The miscommunication in left field by Conwell-Egan, and now 1 here for North Schuylkill. It does put them within 2, and Matt, just like the other day, you jump on the air, they score a bunch of runs, and we're within 2. We're going to take a quick break there here on your Eagle Eye Network as they make a quick change down the field.
Chris Bellardo, the next batter for Conwell-Egan, steps in. Pitch is driven up the middle. That's a base hit. Macbeth is coming home. She will score. It is 9-8. Both runners will advance, and 2 more runners are in scoring position for Egan. It is 9-8. What a comeback we are seeing here from Conwell-Egan.
You could call this like the best performance ever. This is just like LeBron's comeback against the.
With that LeBron joke, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back here on your Eagle Eye Network.
Flynn will stay in the game for North Schuylkill facing Naffy, the third baseman. Still only one out for Conwell-Egan. Two more runners in scoring position. 9-8, Naffy hacks the first pitch down the right side and foul. 0-1.
takes sack fly.
Next pitch is up high. And the runner will not advance from third base. Knocked off the backstop a little too quickly. Runner would have definitely been tagged out. Good base running decision. Flynn stands back in to face Naffy. She will hack another one down the right side and foul. 1-2 now. Naffy steps out of the box, steps back in. Flynn steps on the rubber. Swings and comes home. Upstairs, ball 2. Naffy working the count 2-2. 2-2 count to Naffy. Flynn comes home. Foul tip back to the backstop. Naffy staying alive here, trying to keep this rally for Egan going. Another pitch upstairs from Flynn. Naffy works his count 3-2. 3-2, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Flynn steps and fires. It is upstairs for ball 4. Great at bat from Naffy. Fouling pitches off, staying alive. Works a walk, gets the bases loaded for Lauren Berard. Quick meeting at the mound between pitcher and catcher for this next at bat. Bases loaded for Lauren Berard, who started the game pitching for Egan. Trying to make a big impact here with the bases loaded. Flynn fires. It's a called strike, 0-1. Flynn comes home. It is popped up a mile high, drifting out of bounds, and no one will get there. Another missed pop-up for the Spartans keeps these Egan hitters at the plate. 0-2 now to Berard with 1 out. Peyton Kenworthy at third, running for Maluski. Bellardo at second, Naffy at first. Berard batting. The pitch is popped up again in foul territory. This one hits the screen and will not be caught. Another foul ball. Berard steps out, takes a breath, stands back in. Flynn steps to the rubber, now pitches. Berard pops another one up. And the shortstop will not make the catch. The runners converge. And another foul ball. Berard, a lot of pop-up foul balls. Spartans are unable to come up with an out. Count remains 0-2 with 1 out. Berard steps in. Flynn steps on the rubber. Flynn comes home. Outside, 1-2.
Up here in the booth, we're all standing on our feet. It's very nerve-wracking, very tense. One out, and we're really looking for Conwell-Egan to win this thing.
Berard drives it in the gap in left field. It is down. It will go to the fence. 1 run scores. Here comes Bellardo. She will score. Naffy being waved home. She will also score a bases clearing triple from Lauren
Ladies and
Berard.
gentlemen, we have a game here at Conwell-Egan. Conwell-Egan turns this game around and brings it back in the lead. This is the Conwell-Egan I remember. We used to bring us on in the States.
This game has been completely flipped upside down as Conwell-Egan takes the lead. It is now 11-9 in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out. There will be a pitching change for North Schuylkill. We will step aside. We will be back on the Eagle Eye Network. We are back at Conwell-Egan for the state playoffs. This game has been completely flipped upside down. North Schuylkill had the lead and all the momentum. That has all been flipped here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lascala will face the new pitcher, Jones. Lascala started the rally with a triple, and she will take the first pitch upstairs for a ball.
Strawberry.
The freshman Lascala definitely making an impact starting this rally. The next pitch is outside, 2-0. Lascala's second team All Catholic this year. Big achievement for anyone, especially a freshman. Pitch from Jones is upstairs, 3-0. Berard on third after her bases clearing triple. Lascala looking to drive her in. She stands in, Jones on the rubber. Steps back and fires. Upstairs for a strike, excuse me. It was in there. Three and one now to Lascala. 1 out bottom of the 5th. Conwell-Egan trying to get as many runs as possible. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Jones gets back in the count. Makes it 3-2. Jones steps back on the plate. The 3-2 pitch is a called strike 3. Lascala is down looking.
That's a little iffy, but if you do remember, Lascala is one of the players that started this rally, this awesome thing that made Conwell-Egan come back.
Definitely a tough at-bat there for Lascala. Top of the order will be up with Avery Kenworthy. She will watch a strike. It is 0-1. Kenworthy steps back in. Jones steps on the rubber. Pitches way outside. It is 1-1. Kenworthy stands back in. Jones walks into the rubber. Steps and fires. Kenworthy drives down the left side. Foul. Out of play. 1-2 now with 2 outs.
Let's go,
Cameron steps back in, awaiting the 1-2 pitch from Jones. Taps it foul. Another runner in scoring position in the bottom of the 5th inning for Egan. With 2 outs, a base hit should score her running on contact. Jones steps in and the pitch. And Dolphy hits it up the middle of the shortstop, fires to first in time, but not before Conwell-Egan has a huge inning offensively. They tie it and then take the lead. It is 12-9 going to the top of the 6th.
An amazing inning by Conwell-Egan. They scored 9 runs, exactly what the Spartans have right now. They scored it onto their own scoreboard.
We're back here. It is the top of the 6th inning, and Conwell-Egan takes the lead, 12-9. So an easy, they made it look easy to jump back in front, and they are ready to continue that momentum with Lily Molewski on the mound. We are aware that the scoreboard online is stuck. We're working on fixing that for you. We'll get to that in just a second. It is Lily Molewski on the mound. Here's the windup of the first pitch from her. It's high and out. It is 1 ball and no strikes. All right, Matt. So, what was key for Conwell-Egan during that few inning run there to get the lead here?
They really just slowed the game down, played small ball, didn't try for the big swings. All the hits just came pretty naturally. Not all of them were big hits in the gap, big hits in the outfield. Some of them were just slow tappers into the infield. I also think a part of that was you not being on the headset. So
No, that was not it. The first part, maybe, definitely not the second part. But we talked about that the other day. Them playing small ball. Something that they really didn't do in the PCL championship game, but doing so here. We see a 2-1 count now. Here's the windup in a 2-1. It is high and now there's 3 balls and 1 strike.
they even give up 1 run here. I think I might have to take the headset back from you.
Yeah, we'll see. Here's the pitch. That one is low and inside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk here now. And we'll have another courtesy runner.
Teams has run from
Runner on first, no outs, top of the 6th inning, left-handed batter stepping into the batter's box. Now, another courtesy runner out there. Home plate umpire making the necessary adjustments. There's the windup of the pitch home from Molewski. It's ground to the left side. Shortstop has it, flips it to second for 1. A high throw misplay there allows that runner to advance over to third. So runners at the corners now with no outs.
Egan can't get too ahead of themselves here. They did get the lead back, but they got to play like it's still a tie game or they're losing, because that's where you start to slip up.
All right, so with runners at the corners, Egan looking to inch their way back into a good spot. That runner will easily just take second there. One ball, no strikes. That one was a ball there. 1-0. This one lifted to the left side. That falls in. So a run will score. Another overthrow ball there allows the runner to advance over to second. So Conwell-Egan at this point in time just throw the ball around just a bit, and forcing themselves to really needing to slow things down and focus on the game at hand. They did an outstanding job doing so in the middle innings, but yet they're letting simple mistakes right now to get back on top and force them to have to make considerable plays. They are up now just 12-10. High fly ball into center field. This one's fairly deep, and she catches it, but a run will tag from third and score. So it's back to a one-run game. It's 12-11, and we have a runner just 65 feet away from home.
Definitely think we have reason to believe that Hoddard is why he keeps surrendering so many runs on the headset.
It has nothing to do with me. We talked about this during the basketball season. This idea, this this idea of a broadcaster's jinx. We're not jinxing them at this point. They have to play a considerable game. You got to make your pitches. You got to slow things down, and that's not something that they're doing right now. And here comes the new executive producer to chime his 2 cents in. Go ahead.
I don't think this one's much of a jinx. Stats don't lie, Doc. I say we get Sheridan back on the mic.
Well, right there, another throw down. It's going to be a tie game, and that you can't say anything about. Again, a ball that you hold. That's what they're doing right now. Schuylkill's doing an outstanding job of forcing that throw when Conwell-Egan should pocket the ball. You're a few feet off the bag. She's easily going to get back. That's one of them that you look her back, you walk her back, make sure she stands there. And if you look at Coach Hart right now, she's saying the same exact thing. Slow the pace down, play the game, and stop letting Schuylkill throw you off of it. Conwell-Egan, unfortunately, allows that to happen quite often in these past few games, and they really just need to slow things down and play their own game with a 12-12 score now.
You definitely can't blame Naffy for letting that ball get by. Another inaccurate throw from Lisk. The dirt a little bit. That's the run score. Definitely no need to throw that ball.
But when Conwell-Egan did defend those type of throws? When Dr. Connor wasn't on the mic.
You do know I have like the power to banish you all, right? It's okay. Now here's the wind up the pitch. It is a ball that's low and inside. It's 1-0 or 2-0 rather. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Tie game again at 12-20. His hit to the shortstop. She has it. Fires across the diamond to first, and a low throw does not record the out. Here we go again. Runner on first after the error there by the shortstop. And here is Fry, who lifts this one to the left side. It's in the left field. She's under it, makes the grab for the second out. That one stays in the park. So it's a second out. And if it was really me, it would have been another home run, Patrick.
When Matt's on the air, it was 12-2. When you're in the air, it's 0-9. So I think the stats are saying Matt should be back on play-by-play.
There's the wind-up and the pitch, lifted into center field. This one's fairly deep. It's back, and it's just overhead. It skips in front of the wall. The runner's going to come. Here's the throw to the plate, and it is in time out number 3. So we are headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. It may be tied, but Egan's going to get momentum off of that throw home.
He's a freshman.
Scala definitely making her mistakes behind the plate, but making up for them with big tags like that. That's her second out at the plate of the game.
We're back here at the bottom of the 6th inning. Macbeth is going to lead it off here for Conwell-Egan. It is all tied at 12. Here's the windup and the pitch home. It is a strike, a controversial call there, but it is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the 1 strike offering. Howell missing upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike now. 7 innings of softball here. If it is tied after 7, it will go into extra innings. Although the seniors hoping that does not happen tonight with their baccalaureate match after this. The 1-1 pitch is low and inside. It's 2-1. Macbeth stepping back in. Back behind the rubber there is the pitcher for Schuylkill. Here's the 21. A check swing foul to first base dugout and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I feel like if Egan doesn't score any runs, that would definitely be reason to take you off the headset.
2-2 home, high and inside. Ball 3, full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. No outs here. The pitch is softly hit, falling behind the pitcher. So to first, he's in time, says the first base umpire for the first out there. Bang, bang play that's going to go to Schuylkill. And that will bring along now McKnight.
50-50 play there. Probably could have gone either way.
Right, and if you're going by baseball terms, tie goes to the runner, but not in this case. Here's McKnight now. First pitch to her is a ball. It's 1-0.
Through all these games, we've talked about McKnight being a big power hitter. This would definitely be a time to show some of that power, put Egan on top.
Here's the windup at 1-0. High and in, 2 balls and no strikes now. The pitch fell tipped into the glove. Count moves to 2-2. The pitch, another foul ball there, 2-2.
Two big swings there from McKnight. Definitely trying to hit one out here, or at least get on base.
The umpire cleaning off the plate there, getting the catch a little bit of time as she was clipped with that one on the way back. Here's a 2-2 home. It's poked to the right side. Second baseman trying to get there. She's not going to play it off the ground. Fire to first in time. 2 outs. Here's Maluski now. The first pitch there backs her out of the way. It is 1-0. Maluski could really use another long ball here this season to put her team back up on top. It's 1-0. High fly ball into left center field. It's fairly deep, but playable. She's under it. Makes the grab out. Number 3. So the game remains tied here at 12. We are headed to the top of the 7th inning. And Conwell-Egan looking to win this one in dramatic fashion. Back here to Eagle Eye Network, it is the top of the 7th inning, and it is a 12-12 game. So, Patrick, we saw Conwell-Egan crawl their way back into this one after being down by a lot. It just shows their determination. How is that determination going to help them throughout the rest of this game and into the rest of the playoffs or next season?
This determination, they need to keep on to it. The game is in their hands right now. They have the power to do an amazing thing coming back from 7-0. They need to lock in, focus, win this game.
All right, and Patrick has been with us here throughout the basketball season. Took a break with lacrosse as this one's fouled off back behind. The count moves to 0-1, but right now he has to leave us as he has to get himself over to the baccalaureate mass. And with that, we thank him for being on air with us here this season. Here's the 0-1 swung on a miss there. It's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Line drive ball deep to left field. It's hooking fair. It just stays to the right of the line. Grounding first and going to second there, and there is a leadoff double now. So a leadoff double there, and you have to begin to wonder, maybe is Maluski getting a little tired out there? We see pretty much the same couple pitchers here for Conwell-Egan over the course of a couple weeks, and with that, we don't see them often enough. Kind of rotating pitchers in and out, so you have to wonder: are the arms tired at this point, and how is that going to affect them, kind of moving deeper into this season and next? Here's a pitch from Maluski, now lifted to the right side. That one falls fair in for a base hit. They cut it off. Here comes the runner home. She will score. So it's 13-12 now. Schuylkill on top.
This Egan pitching just cannot keep Schuylkill off the base paths. I do not think they've had a clean inning yet thus far.
That's a problem if you're Conwell-Egan. You look at these innings, you see that you don't really have that clean inning, and because of that, it's always in the back of your mind, and you're really selective on the pitches. You're overthinking things a little bit more, and it throws you off your game, which is what Schuylkill is trying to do here this afternoon.
Sometimes thinking's just your worst enemy in this situation. Sometimes you just gotta grip the ball and throw it, not even think about where you're going.
By runner on first here, no outs, and it is now 13-12. Here's the wind of the pitch home. It is a ball high and out, 1-0. One ball, no strike kick. Swung on and missed there. It's 1-1 now. Well, one from Maluski. Squares pulls away. They were thinking about throwing behind the runner, but forcing them to run in with Schuylkill on the attempted bunt. So now it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Good job by Lascala to learn from that last inning, not throwing that ball away, keeping it in her hand, not letting a run get even closer to home.
A bunt here is going to roll fair. Throws the first, not in time. Behind that second, they got her caught in a rundown now. They're going to fire and they'll get her out there. And this ball will simply just be thrown to second base. And so we have 1 out now. And if you were Lascala, Matt, you looked at that one slowly rolling foul. Would you have left it go, or would you have picked it up there and tried to fire to first like she did?
I think in the heat of the moment, you don't think whether it's going to roll foul or not. You just want to get up and get that ball to first as quickly as possible. And great awareness by the first baseman McKnight to catch the runner going from second to third and get her in a run down there for an out.
High fly ball to left field. She's under and makes the grab for the second out. And that one was close there as that one almost fell out of her glove, but 2 gone now.
Whatever Lascala said to Maluski there right before the last couple of batters definitely helped her. She's definitely settled in this top of the 7th inning more.
Two outs, Conwell-Egan trailing by 1. Bases are empty here. Here's the pitch, line hard right over to first baseman. There was a runner on first. Rather, here's fire to first. He's safe. Ball's going to get past the catcher. The Scala throwing to third, and that one almost thrown away there. And again, another ball that really should have been pocketed there by Lascala at behind the plate, and not make that one as close as what it was.
For as up and down as the game's been for Lascal, I give her credit for not showing any emotion. She's been very, very straight faced, very unreadable here.
Time called here as Maluski is going through a lot of signs out there.
It's very important that that run does not score. Lucy's got to hold her off.
That one high and out. They're trying to draw the throw, but a nice job by Lascala just to give that one back to the pitcher. They can't afford any more mistakes. Ken Egan here this afternoon. Here's the pitch. Inside gets away from the catcher. The runner will move up to second, but the girl at third will remain put. So runner advanced there on the pass ball. And it'll be a 2-0 count now with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning.
I don't think she got a good read on that ball. I think she probably could have gotten home and scored if she got a good jump.
A 2-0 from Waluski. High and out, 3-0 now. Three balls, no strikes, 2 gone. 2 runners in scoring position here now. The pitch. Ball that misses outside, so a 4-pitch walk there will force the bases loaded here in the 7th inning.
This is where you just got to get any out. You don't care how you get it. You don't care when you get it. You just want to get an out. Keep that run off the board.
I went in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. All right, Keegan, what goes through your mind here in big moments like this when you're playing?
You know, at a big moment like this, especially being down by 1 in one of the last innings of this game, you know, most people would be nervous, but honestly, in this moment, you just have to stay calm and keep playing the game that you've been playing. You know, they played a really tough game, so I think if they just keep to what they're doing and just come out even stronger, then I think they'll be fine with this game.
Here's the 2-1 from Waluski. It's lifted to the right side. It's hooking foul and not able to get there, so it's 2-2.
I think to what you were saying earlier about these Egan pitchers, Berard Maluski definitely getting tired. Probably definitely showing some fatigue here. Throwing a lot of pitches throughout this month.
Definitely a lot of pitches. The 22 home is upstairs, full count now. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Absolutely have to make a pitcher. There is nowhere to put this runner.
The 3-2 home. High fly to the right side, hooking foul and out of play. Another full count offering from Maluski. Ball force. That one's going to force in a run, and that'll put Schuylkill up now by 2.
This is just a crazy game, the way the momentum's been swinging back and forth.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Schuylkill up by 2. Here's the pitch home. Skipping in there. 1 ball, no strikes. That one looking like it just slipped out of Maluski's hand.
That's definitely fatigue showing, bouncing 2 pitches in a row that far in front of the plate.
That one missing inside. Now it's 2-0. For Egan, Matt, what is your emergency plan if this one starts to get out of hand in the seventh?
Personally, I don't know of any other pitchers they have, but you might need to Pomoluski. She's pitched most. She's thrown a lot of pitches. She's definitely really tired right now. And then after this inning at the bottom of the seventh, you just have to do everything you can, like that bottom of the fifth inning, just any way to hit the ball, any way to get contact, get runners on base.
We see that one fired in for a called strike. It's 3-1 after the meeting at the mound now. So 3 balls, 1 strikes, 2 gone, a 31 home. His get fouled down the third base side and foul, so the count moves now to full. Egan can't force another walk here as they really need to get out of this inning and get into their half of the seventh. Three balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Lined over the shortstop's head in the left field. 1 run will score. Here comes the second. The throw to the plate's going to be late. 2 runs will score. It is now 16-12 here in the 7th inning.
This is just ridiculous. I've honestly never seen a game this high scoring, this momentum shifting. This is just a crazy game all around.
I agree. Definitely a crazy game. One that, we kind of weren't expecting. We thought it'd be a lot closer and with a lot low scoring of a game here. But this one just slightly getting out of hand. This one lifted high to the right side. The right fielder's over. She's under. It makes the grab out. Number 3. Well, we're headed to the bottom of the 7th. And Conwell-Egan, well, they like to be dramatic. So we'll see what they do as they trail by 4. All right, we're back here on your Eagle Eye Network. Egan is down by 4. It is 16-12. All right, Kane, if you're going out into this game, you're one of these batters that's about to step foot to the plate. What's going through the head of yours?
I mean, mostly it's just making contact. Like if I was out there, I'm just gonna be focused on making contact, getting myself on a base. You don't need anything super special like a home run or a grand slam. It's not necessary. What you need to do is just get on base and just get things done early.
All right, and with that, we're running close here to the baccalaureate miss, and I'm going to have to get out of here, so I know Matt's happy. So I'll hand play-by-play over back to him for the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Matt and Keegan rounding this game off for you.
Thanks for passing the headset back to me. Hopefully, we have a little more magic in the broadcast booth. Hopefully, Egan has some more magic in their bats. Grace Bellardo will step in to face the pitcher, Jones. First pitch is low. That is a ball. It is absolutely imperative Egan gets a base runner here. As the next pitch is low, 2-0 now to Grace Bellardo. It will be Bellardo, Naffy, Lascala, and then the top of the order for Egan. Honestly, every part of the Egan lineup has done damage, so they're not just looking to turn it over. They're looking to do damage at the bottom of the order too. 3-0, or 3-1 now. 2-1. Oh, I'm all over the place right now. 2-1 now to Grace Bellardo. Jones steps and fires. Upstairs. Now it's 3-1. Bellardo steps in. Jones walks from the top of the circle to the rubber. Swings and fires. Inside, ball 4. Egan gets that first base runner on. Third baseman Jess Naffy will step to the plate. She got on base to start the rally in the fifth. Can she get on base? Get another one going here. Jones from the rubber comes home. Hacked back from Naffy. 0-1.
Extra.
Jones steps back in, comes home. That is a ball, 1-1. Jones and Naffy step back in. The pitch is grounded up the middle. Bellardo gets to second. The throw to first is in time. Naffy advances the runner, but will not be able to make it to first. There is one out. Starting pitcher Lauren Berard will step in. She had a bases clearing triple her last time up to give Egan the lead. Can she get another run home and get on base to get a seventh inning rally going? Jones steps in and the pitch is inside and low, 1-0 with one out. It's just right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 with one out to Berard. Egan bench, trying to get loud, trying to get some sort of energy going. Pitch from Jones. Low and scooped. Great play by the catcher to keep that from going to the backstop. 2-1 now. Jones walks from the top of the circle, steps in, and comes home. Berard swings and misses. Very deceptive pitch from Jones. Rode in on her feet. Berard caught swinging on that one. 2-2 with one out. Jones ready on the pitch. Is ripped down the line and just foul. Berard staying alive with a foul ball. Jones steps in. Berard steps in. Jones, foot on the rubber, fires. Berard hacks it to center field. Center fielder going back. She will make the catch. Egan is down to their last out with the catcher Aubrey Lascala coming to the plate. Lascala has had an up and down game, a few mistakes defensively, but has made up for it with her bat. Can she turn it over to the top of the order?
A lot of pressure here on the freshman Lascala.
First pitch is swung on and missed. Strike one. It is 0-1 with two outs. Bottom of the seventh, 16-12. Schuylkill leading Conwell-Egan. Lascala steps in. Jones steps on the rubber. That one is low for a ball, 1-1. Lascala steps back in. Jones steps on the rubber. Steps back and comes home. Scala hacks it to center field. Center fielder coming on. She will not get it. Bellardo will stay at third base, stumbles down, but Aubrey Lascala has come through with her bat again to keep the game alive for Egan and turn it over to the top of the order with Avery Kenworthy. Quick meeting at the mound for Schuylkill. as Avery Kenworthy, the leadoff batter, will step in. Great batting average during the season. Can she keep it going here? Drive in Bellardo. Jones steps in, steps back, and fires. Strike on the outside corner. Little questionable call. Lascala will head down to second base. No throw. And Egan has 2 runners in scoring position for Kenworthy. Jones steps in. Now fires. Kenworthy hacks it foul. 0-2. Down to their final strike. Kenworthy steps back in. 0-2 with 2 outs. Jones spins the ball in her right hand, steps up to the rubber, steps back and comes home. Kenworthy just gets a piece of it, hacks it foul. Great job to stay alive on that pitch. Keep the count 2-2. Oh, and 2, excuse me, not 2-2. Kenworthy steps in. Jones steps to the rubber. The pitch is hacked up the middle. Shortstop bobbles it. A run will score and Kenworthy will be safe. Lascala, great awareness to not advance. And Egan will get 1 run back. It is 16-13. Ange Pandolfi stepping to the plate. Now another batter with a great batting average, trying to get these runners home. Another meeting at the mound for Schuylkill, trying to get some strategy going. Ange Pandolfi, great hitter, stepping to the plate. The number 2 hitter, trying to extend Egan's season, trying to get more runs home. She steps in. Jones steps on the rubber. Swings and fires. Inside. 1-0. Egan bench definitely getting louder here, trying to urge Pandolfi on, give her some energy to get a hit. Jones comes home. Pandolfi rakes it up the middle. It's through. Lascala will be held at third base. Probably a very smart decision, as she would have definitely been thrown out. And Egan has the bases loaded. And the winning run, Cecilia Macbeth, will come to the plate. She already has a home run today. The senior trying to make a massive impact. Macbeth steps in, bench getting louder, bases loaded, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Pitch upstairs from Jones. 1-0. Oh, and 1. Macbeth steps back in. Jones steps on the rubber. The pitch is grounded up the middle to the second baseman. She will fire to first, and that will do it for Egan. An absolutely heartbreaking loss for Conwell-Egan. They did not give up. They never backed down. They clawed their way to 13 runs to push this game to being close. And what do you take away from a game like this?
No, very heartbreaking game for Conwell-Egan and all the seniors, but you got to give it to North Schuylkill, the Spartans, because they really played through this whole game. They played their heart out. So I honestly think it was a great game, but you know, can't always win. So
Definitely can't always win. And you can see some of the seniors absolutely heartbroken after that game. Their final game here playing for their school. Definitely can't say that they don't show any heart, because They all love each other. They're all sisters out here on the field, and there is no doubt in my mind that this team will be back here next year. So, for myself, Mr. Connard, Caden, the rest of the broadcast crew, thank you for joining us for this softball season as Conwell-Egan season comes to an end. Final score 16-13 against North Schuylkill.